Hey y'all. So I was thinking about, vaccines and like my neighbors and like mercury fillings. And, if you tell some of them that vaccines cause cancer and autism, initially, if they're healthy, they might persecute you or not like you or think you're weird. They might even cause you pain somehow, but some of them later on will come to you for help, or they'll remember you, or they might even ask you for advice. And I was thinking about how that's how Jesus is I'm not comparing it to me. I'm just saying it's interesting that how I connected that to how God works is Jesus, you always need him, and you'll especially need him to live forever and to be cleaned from all of your dirtiness, all of your toxic and bad things that you've done in order to be clean in heaven. But here in mortality, we don't always see the need for Jesus. We don't always want Jesus. And we don't care that he suffered. And I would say sometimes he's okay with that. I would say sometimes, especially if you're young, and depending on your circumstances, I think he's okay for some people not caring about him or relying on him or whatever, because he knows that some will in a future day, later on in life. And that's just the way mortality is. It's not until we become desperate, we lose our health, or what have you. And that's how Jesus works. Now, a really good person, I guess you'd say an intelligent person, they will rely on Jesus because they're smart, and they will preach the gospel because they realize they can discern that the gospel is the most important thing in the universe. But I don't know if that's how it usually happens. I think maybe it usually happens that people just through living go through trials and tribulations, and as you suffer, you learn how important Jesus is. And he suffered or is suffering right there along with you. So at first people might scoff or swear at you or just think negatively about you. But that can actually be good. And here's what I'm saying. You can have an impact. If you have a big impact, it doesn't really matter if it's negative. If they're going to need your impact later in life, then you should speak to people. And it might be negative. They might have a negative view of you. But hopefully they'll remember you. And so I thought that was interesting.